Hey everybody! Welcome to Charmed Persons. Thank you so much for joining us. Um, it is the finale of season 5 of The Remains tonight. Angie is here, but
Hi.
Drew is dead. So who's Angie gonna play? Well, let's find out.
Just gonna watch.
Let's get into just like like commentary. Whenever Angie speaks up, our audio goes down, and she's like, here, this is really.
So I really like this part, even though it hasn't happened yet.
Play-by-play announcer.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Oh my god, that was a wonderful line by Michael. How will Eric respond? Alright, anyway. Let's get started with a recap of last week's episode. I feel like, is the music too loud for you guys? Or are you okay? Is it good for you?
I like it.
I'm good.
I'm great.
Hey,
In fact.
I hope it's not... I don't think it's too loud for the stream. I think we're good.
Leave a comment if it's...
You know what? Leave a comment below.
Hashtag too loud. Hashtag too quiet. Hashtag just right. Thanks.
Well, actually, I should have the chat up so that I know if they're gonna say something.
Use those hashtags.
We have the chat up. Then now's your chance.
The chat's up. It's your chance.
Up chat.
Now's your chance.
Right now,
How's your
if you've ever wanted to, interact. I mean, I'm talking to Emily.
Hi, Emily.
All right. Anyway, let's get started with the recap. In our last session, our survivors found themselves in a world of danger. Jack Teller, the warden and leader of the SRS, had shown his true colors by killing Sarah Myers and threatening to kill the remaining prisoners. Using the relationships they were cultivating with the guards, our survivors were promised help by Ben and Maria. Meanwhile, Drew snuck into the community to try and find Rachel, the seemingly lover of Jack Teller and former prisoner herself. Drew was able to find Rachel in the arms of Jack in Jack's home made out of an abandoned mattress store. Though it was heavily guarded and there were some close calls, Drew did find his way into the building. But he was eventually caught by Jack, and although Drew almost killed Jack, Drew was captured. Vinny spent his night contemplating what to do with Tyler, his cellmate. After Tyler showed his true colors, Vinny wisely called for a guard and blamed him for a blade, causing Tyler to be taken away. The next morning, Ben and Maria worriedly brought the prisoners some supplies, but warned them of what was to come. Jack had brought Drew to the rest of the prisoners and paraded him and the fresh corpse of Tyler as the prisoners were corralled. Jack confidently boasted about the upcoming death of Drew and the others. However, Nick and Vinny started firing, killing Jack and Ray immediately. A shootout broke out, and Terrence was horrified to see a young Drew gun down a man who was running away. Had Jack been right all along? Before they could defend their actions, our survivors hopped the makeshift wall and cleared the barrier of infected. But hubris can be quite the killer, and while attempting to free the infected, Drew was bitten. Our survivors found themselves in an abandoned apartment building, hiding out from their pursuers. 2 vehicles came, and while one continued on, the team led by Rachel entered the abandoned building. While Nick was on the roof having an incredibly touching farewell moment, followed by a hard decision with Drew, a shootout broke out in the building. Luckily, our survivors had their new companions bested the members of the SRS, and Nick came down from the roof to deliver the fatal blow to Rachel. Having successfully dispatched some of their pursuers and gaining a new vehicle, the survivors started their journey home. And that is where we left off. Welcome back to The Remains. And this is part 4, Facing Consequences. You are all driving currently. Who specifically is driving out of all of you?
Subaru, so
Vinny. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. And you specifically are taking a path that is not the direct path to Hoover Dam, so that you can avoid a potential run-in with the team that is led by Gary, one of the guards from the prison, who was not there for the shootout. As you're all driving, you take in the events of this morning. Adrenaline has finally started to flood out of your bodies, and you have a moment to digest and think on your actions and the actions of those around you. And whether you are happy or sad or suspicious or whatever emotion you're feeling, it is an intense one. And as you are driving, your minds start to wander and you start to think about things. As at the beginning, there's kind of this silence as everybody doesn't really know what to say after what happened. And Tom, you start to think back on one of your earlier days in the prison. You're in the mess hall eating one of the decent but at this point tedious and boring meals offered by the SRS, and you're eating by yourself, and someone places their tray next to yours, and you look up and you see Missy, who you are aware of and know of her, but since you've been here, she spends most of her time alone, and any attempt from you to strike up a chat would usually be met with sassy remarks and rejection. However, she seems to be bringing the conversation to you, and she sits her tray down and she sits down across the table, and she takes a big bite out of a roll that's on her tray, and as she chews it, she looks at you clearly and unabashedly, just surveying your aesthetic, your exterior, and then she says, alright, so what's your deal?
I mean, that's a pretty big question. Missy, was it?
Yeah, the name's Missy. Sorry, I'm not a big fan of chatting with people.
Yeah, I got the sense of that. Damn near every time I tried to ask you what your deal was, kind of got the cold shoulder. Hey, that's not to say I don't appreciate you coming here now. I mean, my deal.
Let's start with something simple. You from around here?
I mean, I've been in the area for a long time, since well before any of the world came to an end.
Really?
Yeah, I came out here when I was 17. Tried to make good on the strip.
I've been here for I was here for about 5 years before it started. Well, my life kind of fell apart before the end of the world, so it didn't really bother me too much. You know, Tom, for a long time, I've been in this prison. Not in this one, specifically, but I've been in a prison. I haven't lived a life worth noting in quite some time. And I haven't really had anyone around. There was a few settlements, a few people, but I just wanted to talk to somebody. I don't know why. I've been by myself and in my own corner for so long, but something about, I don't know, maybe I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, but I just want to talk about our stories. Is that alright with you?
Yeah. I mean, you're the one who seems to need it, so by all means, you go first.
And she starts to. You don't even have to roll a vibe check. You look at Misty as she's talking to you, and clearly she is, what she said is true. She's lived a lonely life, and that lonely life has caused a very hard exterior, and caused her to be quite spiky, and it's led to even more loneliness, and the cycle has continued for a while. And for the first time since you ever met Missy, she seems her age in this moment. It seems like her age is showing, and it seems like she's having a moment of, reaching out because she is getting older. And it's been a long time since she shared her life story, and she feels like she needs to get it out. And you just listen to her as she goes throughout the details of her husband being murdered and moving from New York, and her spending time getting drunk at the casinos and gaining a lot of money and becoming well known and losing all of that money. And by the time the outbreak happened, she was already somewhat of an older woman and was spending her days at the slots endlessly, getting just enough money to get drunk for the evening and then head home. And she speaks of her time after the outbreak and being with certain settlements and certain people, but mainly always sticking to herself, and she never found anyone again. And for Tom, who is such a charismatic person and someone who thrives being around people, it's a sad reflection of a life that Tom would not want, and you just find yourself listening to her with some emotion, some empathy. And as she ends, she's somewhat teary-eyed and watery, and she says, I don't know, and maybe what I'm trying to tell you, Tom, even though you don't necessarily seem to be incredibly spry, you're definitely not my age yet. So I guess I gotta tell somebody, whoever will listen, that if it's not a life that's doing something, it's not a life worth living. So, if you can get out of here, you can find a way to live your life. Do that.
I mean, that's the goal. Either they let me out, or I'm getting out on my own way.
What do you do if you do?
I don't know. I kind of wandered settlement to settlement. It seems like not entirely dissimilar from your experience, but that was kind of by choice, by design. I try to set deals up town to town, but I don't know. I'm getting a little old. Might want to find some place that I can settle down into for a little while.
And as you hear those words be reflected in your memory, you think of that as you're looking out the window with the dirt road going by, looking at this group of people who you've joined yourself with. And you think about Missy lying on the ground, a few miles away at this point. And, you think of that last moment where she stood up to Jack and didn't do what he told her to do. And you hear her words, if it's not a life that's doing something, it's not a life that's worth living. And as we pull away from Jack, we see Vinny driving the truck. And Vinny, you remember just a few days ago, as you were driving from the settlement, well, being driven in the back seat with Sarah, and you found Drew in the back in the trunk, and you remember a time after you discovered Drew before the car went off the road when you just chatted with the kid. And Sarah was kind of asleep and dozing off to the side, and Drew felt the chance to speak to you in this moment, this person who, you're not an idiot, you know, he's kind of intimidated by you. And Angie, what did Drew say to Vinny in that moment? How do you think a scene like that would have played out?
Have you ever killed anyone?
Still muted.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I have, kid.
I didn't think you were gonna say yes.
I mean,
Did you before the bad stuff or after the bad stuff?
Both.
Hell yeah.
Just one before, though.
Wow. He like scoots a little bit farther away, but like tries to make it
Yeah.
look like he's not, and he doesn't really have anywhere to go.
I was young and I was an idiot, but it happened.
What happened to you?
Well, I went to jail, and I was there when this all happened.
You were in the jail.
Yeah, it sucked. I really hope I never end up back in a prison. That was one of the worst periods of my life.
Is it is a prison like?
I mean, you know how you don't have a lot of freedom at Hoover Dam? You know, you can't leave the walls because you're a child. But imagine anything you like doing is taken away from you. Anything you enjoy is pretty much gone.
I mean, that makes sense, right? If you kill somebody.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not supposed to be a good place, and it wasn't.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
It was a long time ago.
How did you get out?
Well, I killed a few more people, if I'm being honest. Did some things that I'm not gonna get into, but it wasn't easy.
You can tell me. I snuck into here and no one saw me, and I am pretty good at some things, and you can trust me.
I mean, it's not about trust. I just don't like talking about it. I had to befriend a lot of people who, you know, weren't good people, but they helped me get a little bit further towards the exit, so eventually made it out of there.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, that was one of the best days of my life, walking out of that prison.
I hope you never go to a prison again either.
Yeah, no, it would trigger a lot of things in me. You know, I mean, it's as bad as it is. I'm still, you know, thankful for every day that I have.
You're not as scary as I thought you were.
But do you think I was scary?
Well, I didn't, but there were some of the kids down there. Really?
I have a reputation.
Yeah, it's like because you look like this sometimes, like you've seen, like you saw a ghost or something, and
Yep.
there's kind of somebody said there was ghosts in the dam, but I don't think
though
there
it sounds like ghosts, but everything's perfectly.
I thought I heard a ghost in Sarah's room once. But
Yeah?
I don't think it was.
Okay.
I don't believe in ghosts.
I don't either. Although I didn't believe in zombies until they started getting up and walking around. So what the fuck do I know? Nice.
And as Drew kind of slides back, kind of like murmuring to himself in his Vinny impression, you chuckle and think back to that conversation, and maybe as you're driving, you crack a smile, and you think about what you told him and how you're grateful for every day that you have, and in a roundabout, sad way, because of Drew, you have another one, but he does not, and you think about that, and I'm sure Vinny, knowing the kind of person Vinny is after this many sessions, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm also sure he contemplates in his brain whether or not maybe Drew got it the better way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And
yeah,
you know what I mean. What's really living these days. But I also think that Vinny's appreciative of what he has. So there's a struggle there.
He definitely thinks Ray should have stepped up and taken a shot a little bit closer, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, as you think that, Nick, your mind also begins to wander. But to not too long ago, as you think about the moment that you were having lunch with Sarah and the others, you had just heard that Drew was out beyond the wall. And, Vinny's in a conversation with Missy or Tom or something, and you and Sarah kind of have this private moment, and you see her and how concerned she is and how worried she is. And as a matter of fact, she has the file out, and she's kind of like messing with it, fidgeting with it. She's being careful. She's not being seen, but she's fidgeting with it, and you see, a lot of anxiety in her. And she kind of looks up at you and forces a smile, half-heartedly, looks back down. I'm gonna lose him, Drew. Nick. I'm gonna lose him. I just feel it. I just feel like I am.
I can't really say, no, you're not, because I don't know, but I know people rag on me for being too positive and stuff, but I kind of think that, if you start already thinking that this one thing's going to happen, then you kind of subconsciously sort of like lead yourself down that path, so I don't know. I don't want to make light of this situation, this is really awful. But I kind of sometimes think if you can kind of accept something is out of your hands for shit, I don't even know what I'm saying.
No, Nick, you are always looking for the right thing to say, and even that effort is nice, so I appreciate it. Oh, mom's gonna kill me.
So.
What? What did you say? Sorry, I just didn't.
I was trying to see what you were saying.
Oh, I said my mom's gonna kill me.
Your mom's always not happy.
Yeah.
She's nice. No, she's nice and stuff.
She's never happy.
She doesn't like me.
That's not your fault. You just remind her of my dad.
Ugh, are you serious?
Yeah, he was he always put on a really charismatic front and always seemed like the nice guy and always really positive. And then we'd go home and that wasn't the case. So. Anyway.
No, I get it. No, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. For some reason, me and parents, we've never really clicked.
Well, Drew loves you. You're his hero.
There's got to be way better heroes.
I don't know. I mean, don't let it get to your head too much. There's not a lot to choose from at the Hoover Dam.
Yeah, that's true.
She like playfully nudges you. I'm just so worried that I don't know, Drew, he's a smart kid. And I should trust him, but I don't know. I feel like he might see something in Jack that reminds him of Dad. And he liked Dad. He was young when he died, but he liked him. And he remembers the positive.
Just at this point.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's one of those times we just gotta trust that Drew's gonna do the right thing in the end, right?
Right. Listen, this is cheesy and corny, but I mean it. If something happens to me, you gotta take care of him.
Yes.
You know that, right?
Yeah. You kidding me?
Okay.
I'm not having kids, probably, ever. I don't know how that would happen. But, I mean, Drew's like my brother that's like 30 years younger than me, you know?
Yeah, he has that effect. You know, Nick, I don't think I ever... The door slams open. Jack comes running in. He grabs Sarah. He starts to pull her out the cafeteria, and the last thing you see is Sarah's terrified look on her face as she is dragged out of that cafeteria, and you remember what happened next. And you remember the rooftop. And whereas other people might be having these poignant, self-reflective thoughts, I think Nick, a person who's very positive, and a person who tries to see the silver lining, in this one moment is finding himself depressed, down. He can't, what the fuck is the silver lining? Maybe even angry at whatever universe he believes in, that there is a line, and it actually has been crossed. And as you're thinking about that, Vinny, you look down at a beeping light and you see that you are low on fuel.
Come on, Zach.
You should be able to make it to the Hoover Dam, but it'll be cutting it close.
Hey, everybody, we're low on fuel. We should be able to get there, but it's going to be cutting close.
Ben looks at you, Maria. And he kind of like shakes his head and says, like kind of in a quiet moment, so do you think that they're just gonna like let us in?
Hope so. We can't go back. I don't want to go back.
No, I mean, me neither. Like, Jack was crazy, right? And you see that there's like a moment of like whereas like he phrases it as almost like a rhetorical question, there is a moment of genuine Right? Jack was the crazy one, right?
Jack was the crazy one. Ben, look at me.
Yeah.
You gotta breathe.
Okay, you're right.
We got out. And these guys helped us. We helped them.
You're right. You're right. This is crazy, Marie. This is nuts.
It's fucking nuts.
Vinny, on the road, you see like a mile marker or something on the road that shows you, and maybe you weren't even thinking about it consciously, but because you went a different route, you actually go. The easiest way to explain it is going directly northeast would be going to the Hoover Dam, and so you go straight east and then to the north. And so because you're doing that, you actually start going back up the road that you initially came down here a few days ago, because you were heading south. And as you do so, you remember that upcoming there's a gas station, and you see that gas station start to come into view. And of course, I mean, it's been 20 years, so it obviously looks abandoned and ramshackled. You don't know if there would be any gas there, but what catches your eye is there's a car at the gas station, and you recognize it. It is a pickup truck from the Hoover Dam community.
From the Hoover Dam community.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely not the car that was the other car that was.
No, it's a pickup truck. Okay. The other one was like a SUV.
Who's in the passenger seat?
Whoever wants to be. Nick, yeah. So I think Tom and the two are sharing the back seat.
Like when we started driving, I would have handed you the walkie-talkie and just told you to like scan if they've like changed channels or whatever. Just so keep that in the background. But I will say it's like it looks like a pickup truck from Hoover at this gas station.
From your people?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Do we see any evidence of like? I mean, we're pretty far out.
Yeah.
Or are we, like,
I mean,
up to it yet?
you know, if you don't stop, you know, it doesn't take you too long to drive up to it. You pull.
I would stop like kind of far away.
Okay, how far away do you think?
Do we have binoculars in the car at all or anything?
Roll a search check.
I don't know. I'm driving. Somebody else roll.
I got it.
Yeah. It's like
Tom has just listened to Ben and Maria talk this entire time, so he's just been spending his time like going through like the back sleeve seat thing.
He's like, if they think they've got a chance of getting in.
Am I crazy? Is Roy still with us? Roy's still alive, right?
He's still here.
Yeah, Roy's there too, so he would probably just be like in the back.
Subarus have a lot of room.
Yeah, he's probably just in the back by himself, just like. Sad about everything.
17 total on my search check.
17. So yeah, with a 17, I'll say you reach under your seat and you find a pair of binoculars. Isn't that crazy?
Whoa!
Wow.
And enough to
where Benny, I'll hold them on your eyes.
You get a pair of binoculars. You get a pair of binoculars.
I'll be far enough away to where we can use binoculars. So I mean, a decent distance.
Yeah. So I would say,
as like Tom pulls binoculars out of nowhere, I'm like, is that like a quarter trick?
That's funny.
I never reveal my secrets, kid.
What were the binoculars doing behind my ear?
Before we like make moves to like check this out,
yes,
I would grab Vinny on the shoulder and I would say, "Are these your people? If these are your people, are we safe, man?"
I know that truck, and if you're with us, you're safe. They're not gonna. They'll trust us.
You sure?
You're gonna vouch for us?
Initially, I mean, we'll see when we get there. If you guys will have to, you're not gonna get thrown in jail. We're not.
If
like
we
that.
tell them, "Don't, hey, we're cool," they're not gonna just, mow you all down.
Really?
You will have to cut off a finger. Don't worry about that. That's later.
What?
No.
No, Benny's kidding.
Oh.
See?
Okay.
And I smack him on the shoulder.
All right. So
Tom's holding it over my eyes.
Yeah, so you look out the binoculars. You don't see anybody in the pickup truck, and you look for a good like 5 minutes, and nothing. You don't see movement of any kind.
Is the pickup truck running?
It is
I don't
not
know if
running.
That's like a protocol of ours to like a cop always leaves their car running.
It is. So I would say notably, it is not running.
Okay. I don't see signs of anybody, but might be worth checking out if they're there. I don't know.
Does it look like there's been a struggle around?
Here, take these binoculars.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Tom put them over his eyes.
Yeah, you look through, and no, there doesn't seem to be anything like that.
And this would be a really great way to like help prove your worth to the team.
By doing what? By going up there?
Check it out.
Well, I wouldn't send a non-friendly face.
Okay, so they are going
Look at that face. It's so friendly.
They're not gonna shoot you. They're not gonna shoot you on sight, but it would help. It would help if you had a familiar face. I could go with you. I mean, I was shot like an hour ago. Yeah, I can go with you.
Vinny and Ben, why don't you two go, and then I can stay. The rest of us, we can.
You guys gonna stay all the way back here?
Keep.
We'll move in a little bit.
We'll be
right?
be on. Yeah.
Okay.
Be within shouting range, you know.
Ben looks at you, Maria. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Totally.
Just don't have your weapon out. Just don't. Just keep your weapon.
No.
Point it
Okay.
at anybody.
Of course.
I'll take out my shotgun. I'll take out the hand.
So how close do you drive, first of all?
I mean, I would say we can go 30 feet. Can you dash as like a bonus action? Is that how it works or no?
You can action dash.
Action.
But
so I mean, I'll say within like 90 feet,
okay,
something like that. If there's
cool.
like a,
I was like, why are you asking? You're driving. I was, and then I understand. I understood what's happening. Okay,
how many rounds do we have to wait before somebody gets there?
100%. So yeah, you park the truck or the SUV, the Subaru, about 90 feet away, and Ben and you get out of the car. Are you trying to be quiet? Do you just walk up to the gas station door?
I'll walk up to the door and then I'll like look. I mean, is it like glass? Can I see inside?
It is glass. You don't see it's dusty and dirty. So you in the immediate vicinity of the entrance of this door, you don't see anything. And the lights are off.
I'll open the door and just be like, "Hello, it's Vinny."
You open the door, and I need you to roll initiative.
Ah!
Oh, not good.
And let's
8.
bring you to the battle map.
Oh, fuck.
Okay,
How far did you say we were?
So he said 90 feet away. I'm going to say that's 90 feet away from the entrance.
Yeah, not in the parking lot, but like
yeah.
on
So
the other side of the
so I'm
street
going to move
somewhere.
this truck, which is going to be you guys. I'm going to move it to the very edge of the map. You are 30 feet past that, but the edge of the map is 60 feet away from the entrance. And then none of you actually have tokens. I wasn't prepared for this. I mean, I was, but I forgot to make tokens. So give me just a second.
It's a dream of mine to play a character played by Gina Rodriguez.
Yeah, right?
I do have a Bill Hader token, but I don't have access to it right now.
Nor will you.
Okay,
I love that you made the battle map also the negative color scheme that all of the like world pictures have been.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so the easiest way to do this actually is just going to be to put the tokens down, and you guys are just gonna, because I'd have to make the individual characters, and you guys are just gonna like point, click on them, and tell me where you want. So Ben is here, and Benny is here.
Benny and Benny.
Coming this fall to CBS.
Roy's up here at the top.
That's the show.
Post-apocalyptic comedy you've been waiting for.
I immediately throw Ben in front of me.
Gosh, I don't even have the. Active tokens. Eric, just do a type 5 for me. Yeah.
A tight 5.
Yeah.
What do you call
zombies, eh? What's the deal with them?
My wife is so annoying.
Oh,
my
annoying
wife,
is she?
please.
my zombie wife?
Another sitcom. We're just building them out. My zombie
Do
wife.
I have time to get cheese puffs?
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Go get some cheese puffs.
Welcome to the
Quadricep zombies walk like this, and other zombies walk like this.
Have you ever noticed the difference between a bloater and a stalker? Am I right, ladies?
This guy knows what I'm talking about.
This guy knows what I'm talking about.
Celebrating any birthdays?
Ladies, don't you
anniversaries
hate
today?
when you're walking down the street and your child gets eaten in front of you? Oh, God, that's the worst.
Terrible, terrible. The marvelous.
Who here's
Mrs.
killed a
Maisel,
man?
but-
Round of applause.
That's dark. Just like some, especially because we're in Vegas, like there has to be some person like performing to like an empty theater. Like
Lost his mind.
Okay.
maybe they're just practicing, just getting
Stop talking about my character.
I was literally about to be like, wasn't that what Tom was doing?
Is this your card?
Nick was just stripping to like nobody.
Okay, there we go. I have
Magic
us
mic
all
routine.
on the map here.
Yeah.
If you work on your magic routine, then we can make it a whole new meaning to Magic Mike.
Oh,
Oh.
routine.
I hope everything that you guys said was PG because I didn't listen to any of it.
We have that limit on the remains. We had a child die last episode. Now there's like
no,
we're getting.
We definitely do not have that limit. This is rated for mature. Okay, so what did we all get for
8.
8?
Oh, did we all have to roll
Oh
initiative?
God.
Oh yeah.
Oops.
Michael did not like that. Michael did not like that he had to roll initiative. He doesn't want
It's
to be a part of
agility,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 19 for me.
19,
I got a 14.
14,
I'll be dead by then.
Mm-hmm.
18.
18.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Ben and Roy. Ben gets a +0. And that's a 19. Roy
Yeah,
gets
Ben.
a +3.
Ben,
That's a
Ben.
9. What did you get, Benny?
8.
8, that's what I thought. Okay, so, at the top of the turn
Boop.
order...
Did you just boop me through Zoom?
Yes, I did. At the top of the turn order would be Nick, but he doesn't know what's happening yet. He's just watching. Next is actually Ben. Benny, as you are opening this door and as you say what you say, you immediately see 2 runners from one of the shelves in the back, like peer around the corner and scream and start running at you. And as they are running at you, you see the familiar visage of 2 people that you recognize from the Uberdan community. Just 2 runners
cool?
who you weren't.
Were they cool?
They weren't really cool. They weren't. The
Oh wait,
coolest, you know?
they're the runners.
They are the runners, yeah, and they were runners from the Hoover Dam community.
Runners to runners.
Yeah, runners to runners. You also immediately hear clicking from your right and left, and you immediately see what happened here. It looks like these people might have even gone out looking for you. And stopped by at this gas station and were attacked and overwhelmed by the infected. But Ben, it's his turn first. Ben is going to take a shot at this infected. He gets a plus
Step in front of me, I bet.
3
He
to
does?
this. Oh my gosh! With a 22, he hits the headshot threshold and immediately kills this first infected, who was one of your...
using too?
Huh?
The 22?
22, yes. 22 total. Oh, is that the gun he's using too, the 22? Nice. No, it's not a 22. I mean, technically this person used to be someone that you knew, but now they have a bullet slam through their skull and they fall down to the back. Ben is then going to sprint and hide behind this car here.
What a bitch, Ben. Come on.
And that is going to be the end of his turn. That's an NPC though. So I will say, Nick, you see Ben fire a gun into the gas station and run behind this car. And what I will say is you can spend your action moving the truck if you wanted to. You could just like jump over to the side, and I will say you can move it. I'll give you 50 feet for an action if you wanted to do that, or you can get out and run. You can do whatever you want.
I'm gonna say let's move the car, and then.
So basically, with 50 feet of movement, you guys will get right up to here.
Hell yeah.
Because I also don't, again, I also feel like I only have the shiv and the fucking rifle that I got from Ray. I don't really have any other weapons.
Feel like a rifle.
Actually, you know what? That was way too loud.
You didn't roll out the weapons from the people we killed, I think, also.
Yeah, you did. I thought you did dole those out.
I thought we did.
Oh,
We doled them out, but
took a
I don't think I got anything.
Yeah, because you didn't just take weapons, you took like mainly their ammo.
I got the rifle ammo back to full.
Yeah.
That's what I did. But I just have, I don't know. I just am always thinking like, well, if I use the gun now, it's gonna fuck me over later.
And to give you something realistic, I'll say actually, it would be half of your movement to squirm yourself over to the driver's seat, and then
action to drive it.
I was thinking maybe even just because you're literally just pressing the forward on the gas pedal. So bonus action to drive forward. So you have 15 feet of movement in your action, if you would like. Or, because if you want to save your bonus action for whatever reason, because I know the system has good bonus actions, you can use your action to do the driving part. It's up to you.
I think I'm just gonna use my action to do the driving part because I also don't have a great line of sight to see somebody else anywhere right now.
No, you do see,
and
like,
I think
at this point you see like maybe a body on the ground, but it's kind of hard to tell what's going on.
I think I'm best staying in the car and chilling for right now until I can actually do something useful.
Yep. So that is the end of Nick's turn. With the end of Nick's turn, it's now the infected turn. This runner is going to run up and attack Vinny.
Can I use avoid?
Yes,
please?
you sure can. So it'll get disadvantage on this. So you kind of like you see it and you jump back and try to like slam the door on it. And it'll get a +4 to this at disadvantage. That is a 17, which hits, but a 7, which is an 11, misses. So you slam the door on it as it, and Nick, now you definitely see what's going on. This runner is like, like scratching at the glass on the door. And that is the end of his turn. So now it is Maria. No, sorry, Tom.
Tom would see what's going on before getting out of the car. Would lean over to the steering wheel and slam on the horn to distract to give Vinny advantage on their next attack.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Thank you. Nice.
So just the Tom is using their bonus action, distract, to give Vinny advantage.
And then Tom has a knife. So they would get out of the car and run up. He kind of nudged Ben into going on this, and now he feels bad. So
okay, yeah. So he's gonna run over towards Ben.
Yep.
Right up to him, or like to this pump here.
To the pump, I think.
Okay, so maybe like right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. That's good because well, actually, you would have an action still.
Hmm.
You can also hold it. You can hold an action.
I'll hold the action until.
Yeah. It does in the same way. It does need a trigger though.
Yep. Until a creature is within
Line of sight?
Right.
Oh yeah, knife range. Okay, yeah. Cool. I forgot that you don't have a gun. It's a good thing that you ran over to Ben because after your turn, this clicker slams out of this window, like falls, and then gets itself back up. Ben screams, and the clicker is running up to Ben and going to attack Ben. It gets a +5 to this. That is a 13, which is going to hit. Ben takes 1 point of damage. So good for Ben. He's able to kind of back up as he gets sliced.
Is it a bite if it's like a critical, like a 19 or 20 or something?
For runners, it's a natural 20. For clickers, it's a 19 or a 20. It gets the chance of a bite. It's actually a complicated system.
Fight champ.
It's so we'll see if it gets to it, but I've made it maybe a little bit too complicated. But also there's been, I say that, but there's been a lot of really close calls with it. So that is the end of that infected's turn, and now it is Maria's turn.
Okay. Fuck. Maria is going to, in an attempt to save her new friends, because they gotta be my home now. I'm
You
gonna
ain't getting in
run.
without us.
I know. I want to run, like jump out of the car, run up to Vinny here,
Okay, yep.
and take my knife to this runner.
Go ahead and roll on attack. Maria is using the scrappy skin, by the way, just like Vinny.
Nice.
I'm gonna fight dirty because I got a natural 1.
Ooh, okay. Fight dirty to give yourself advantage.
That is a 25.
And with a
To hit.
25, Vinny's closing the door on it, and it's kind of like sticking its head out, and you just run right up to it, knife right in the brain, and this infected,
Yeah.
you hit its headshot level. You don't know this person,
Vinny's
but
in love
Vinny,
with Maria.
but Vinny, yet again, you see another member of the Hoover Dam community die right in front of you. But with that happening, Maria, you're like kind of like maybe not celebrating, but you're like, all right, cool. And then you hear to your right as this clicker runs up and is going to attack you.
I didn't even get to ask Vinny if he was okay.
Well,
I am
you
now,
do. You
baby
look at him
doll.
and you say, "Are you okay?" And a clicker comes up behind you and is going to get a +5 to this roll. That is a natural.
What the
No!
fuck, Zach?
All right, Eric, here you go. Here's what happens.
So with a natural 20, see, this is why I say it's complicated. With a natural 20, there is now a 30% chance that this is a bite. Well, first of all, it's going to do damage. It gets a +2 because of the natural 20.
Oh my god!
So that is 8 points of damage to you.
Cool.
And we will now roll a D100. On a 30 or below, this is a bite. That's a 10! Okay, so now there's one more roll that we do.
Are you
I thought we
fucking
didn't do
kidding
it
me?
anymore because it's like past the point of like you can cut it off.
Well, no.
Did I make that up?
No, now it's another roll to determine that.
Oh,
Where
I
the
thought we
bite
didn't do
is?
it anymore because now it's like, oh no, that was in the beginning. Okay,
That was in
never mind.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Okay,
in season
sorry.
2. In season 2.
I played so many seasons.
Of course, yeah. So now there's a 30% chance that this bite is in a place that cannot be like chopped off.
Got it.
So here's another D100 roll, a 30 or below. That's a 96. Okay. Woo!
I was like, well, this has been fun. I'm just gonna go for the night.
How? I mean, Eric, you manifested this. I want to blame this one on Eric.
Yeah, sure. me.
Okay,
It's
so similar to what happened with Morgan, because it's so far up on the scale, I will lessen the extremity. You get bit in your dex middle finger.
I told you I had to chop the finger off.
On the left hand or the right hand?
I will say because it's a 96, the non-dominant hand.
Well, left.
Left hand.
Eric specifically manifests this part too. You have to cut a finger off.
Yep.
That's so funny. Wow, that's amazing. So you see Maria save you. She looks at you and says, "Are you okay?" She hears the clicker, turns around, and honestly saves her own life by shoving her hand into the clicker's mouth, taking a good chunk of damage, but it then bites you. You still have to take the time to chop it off, but I'll say it, you know enough that like it'll be able to happen after combat. With that being done, it is now Roy's turn.
Who's Roy?
Yeah, he has been not very prevalent this season. But Roy is going to step out of the
cool,
car.
though.
Going to five. I think he's going to use his action to move Maria and put himself where she was. And that's going to be the end of his turn. He comes running up and he grabs you and pushes you out of the way. I'll say that that's his bonus action, actually, and he gets an attack on this clicker. So he's going to use his knife. He gets a +4 to this. That is a 12, which is going to miss. That is the end of Roy's turn. Benny, you're up.
So how does... Oh, no, I said I had my shot. No, I said I switched at my handgun because it was going to be further.
Yeah, but you can... It's
so
free action.
Is
to
it just
switch.
switching?
Yeah,
Just-
yeah.
I will
action.
switch to the... Is it like disadvantage if you're within...
No. I think that's.
Okay.
I think with guns, that rule is, especially something like a shotgun. No.
Yeah, right. So I will just load up and shoot with the shotgun.
Go to it.
Which is just... I do have advantage, thank you.
And you do have advantage, yeah, because of the distraction.
16 plus 2 for the first roll. Natural 20 for the second roll.
Natural 20. Okay, so the way clickers work is go ahead and roll full damage.
Which is a D10 plus 2. It's a 6, so 8 plus 2. Or 8, sorry, 8 total.
8 total. All right, 8 points of damage, and you have reached the headshot threshold, but clickers have a hard, encrusted skull, and so it takes more than one headshot to kill them. But now you've drastically lowered the headshot threshold, so it'll be easier to get a second headshot on them. Nicely done.
Are there
you have
attacks
your-
of opportunity?
There are not.
They're not, so I will move away.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Where do you want to go?
I'll just move back 5, 10, 15, 20. I'll move... Is that other clicker? Is that clicker that's over there? I'll move to the pump, like, behind Maria.
Right here?
One more over.
Right here?
Over, like, up. Sorry.
Okay, so you got you right there.
Yes, right there.
Perfect.
And that is my turn for now, yes.
Okay, yeah. That's the end of Vinny's turn. It's now the Infected's turn. This Infected who hasn't gone yet is going to sprint forward. And is going to step over its dead brethren to attack Roy. It gets a +4 to this. This is 17, which is going to hit. Roy takes 1 point of damage. Not too bad. He's now handling kind of 2 infected here. And that's it. So at the top of the turn, order Nick.
Okay. I want to move 5. I guess get out of the car. I don't know how much movement that's gonna
Nothing.
cost me. Cool. And then I'm gonna go south. So from where my token currently is, I want to move south about 5, 10, 15 feet. That should get me in line of sight with
There?
the
Yep.
clicker.
Yeah, the clicker. Yep, for sure.
And then I'm just gonna aim at it with my rifle.
You slowly walk up, raising the rifle, thinking of Drew in the back of your mind as you do.
I mean, you're used to shooting zombies.
Yeah, totally.
Shot.
Well, that should hit 15 on the die plus 6, so 21.
21. That is not the headshot threshold, but it does do full damage.
Cool. This is going to be a D12 plus my muscle.
Yeah, rifles are nice, but they have limited ammo.
So shit. 6, 8. That's 8.
8 total?
Oh wait, hold on. 9.
Okay. Using pummel? Crack knuckles or whatever it is?
Thinking about it. Yeah, I'll do pummel and then add another 4 to that. So that's
Pummel
10,
it.
11, 12, 13.
13 total. Nice. So you take your rifle, fire, it explodes a huge chunk of fungus and viscera off the throat and collarbone of this creature as it explodes behind it, doing a huge amount of damage, but it is annoyingly still standard, as these infected tend to do. Go ahead.
Zach, can you remind me, sorry that I'm just now realizing this, how much ammo do I have now? Because I had Ray's gun, I think she got 1 shot off. I had to use another one for Drew, but then I got 3 bullets back. So I'm whatever would have been.
I don't remember off the top of my head, but I thought 3 was the total, but could have been 4. So I'm just gonna be nice and say 4. So you're at 3 now.
So now I'm at 3. Okay,
Yep.
cool. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
And then I want to just so that was what, 5, 10, 15 feet?
Yes.
I'll just move to the right an additional 15 feet.
15 right there.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you just kind
That's
of
it,
get back up into the road. Yeah, of course. At the end of your turn, these doors back here to some supply room burst open, and a couple more runners come sprinting out.
God.
I know, right?
Convenient.
This one is going to sprint out the window and go to attack Ben. It gets a +4 to this. That is an 11 + 4. That is going to hit, and Ben takes 4 points of damage. And he got 1 earlier, so it's... as he's just like getting attacked by this clicker, and now this runner sprinted out of this window. That is the end of... Whoa!
That is the end of Ben.
That is now Ben's turn, who is going to fire his handgun at the probably clicker. So he gets a +3 to this. That's a 6. That misses. He is then going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 sprint away.
It was not looking good for old Betty Boy.
Yeah. And he just runs right past you, Tom. And that is the end of Ben's turn, and it is, speaking of, Tom's turn.
Tom is now afeared for Ben's survival as he's taken some hits and is going to move up to the to be like sort of shoulder to shoulder with Ben.
Ben just ran right past you.
Oh, those are both zombies.
Yes. Yeah.
Shoot, buddy.
I know Ben's tired, but come on, Tom. He doesn't look like a zombie.
Well, it's so hard in these like Bizarro tokens.
Of course, yeah.
Bazookas.
Bazokins.
Bazokin.
Bazookin.
Shoot, this puts Tom in a bad spot.
It sure does, yeah.
Tom is going to
Die.
Tom is going to jump on the hood of the car
Ooh,
next
okay.
to Robin.
That's it right here?
I guess the trunk then.
Okay, gotcha, right there.
Yeah. And from a point of if not mechanical advantage, just height, slash down at the zombie there.
For sure. I'm going to say You don't have mechanical advantage, but you can.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it.
Nice.
Oh.
That's easily enough. You hit the headshot threshold. You jump in the air, putting the blade in between your legs, and Link style. Right on the skull of this runner. No, but you do stab down, immediately penetrating the skull. This runner, as it's reaching out to you, limbs just fall limp, and you pull out the blade, and it falls to the ground dead. At the end of your turn, the last infected who hasn't gone is going to sprint 1, 2, 5, 6 right out here, and he's literally just going to replace his buddy. He stands on the dead body of the infected that just came out here, and he is going to attack you, Tom. Getting a +4 to this. That is an 18, which will hit. And Tom, you take 1 point of damage from this runner. Not too bad.
That's nothing.
And then at the end of his turn, it is now Maria's turn.
Well, trying to be as, like, nonchalant as possible while this is all happening, but ultimately knowing that I want to just... I'm preoccupied with, the fact that I am bitten. I'm gonna make my way back to the truck here.
Okay.
Is there a med kit?
Right there? Or like right here? Or like on the other side, like right here? Or on this side? Right there.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I just want to get in the truck and
is
get
there a med kit? I thought I gave you guys a med kit.
We have one med kit.
Yeah, so you have a med kit.
Yeah, I would just... do I need to use the med kit to chop off my...
No, and you can wait until after the combat if you want to, but if you want to, I'll say you can use your action to chop them off.
I would, yeah.
Because that's probably what your character would do. She wouldn't know she has the time to wait, so I don't mind you doing that non-medic
and
choice.
I don't want to
rather lose a finger than a hand.
Us.
So yeah, actually what I'll say is with the combination of the med kit and everything, you can use the med kit and also like this will be your bonus action too though. So this is like your turn.
Okay.
But you can chop off your fingers and heal yourself if you would like.
If I chop off my fingers, will I lose any hit points?
No. They're like beyond the point of repair anyway.
Yeah, I would just like
even if this wasn't an infection, like you would probably lose.
Yeah, if I yeah, I would use the passenger seat to just like very carefully like lay out a gauze and just be ready to like catch and like cover the hand as tight as possible.
Don't get blood in a Subaru.
You might see it, but yeah, I just would start like bite down on something and just like take off my own fucking fingertips.
Oh my gosh, 127 hours.
If Vinny wasn't in love before.
So you stab through. You immediately start like wrapping some gauze around your hand. Do you heal it all with the med kit?
I don't want to take.
Gotcha. So you just use enough to stop the bleeding.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. But I would also, just to recover, make sure I'm being useful. Is the radio still in the front?
It is. Yeah.
See, I would probably just to keep an eye on things. If anybody really needs help, I would step in. But just to recover and like rest a little bit, I would grab the radio just to be ready to like.
If you have to like run
try
to the
to
car.
get yeah.
All right. So
if I can get their guys on the radio.
Okay. Oh, I see. I gotcha. All right. Cool. So that is the end of Maria's turn. At the end of Maria's turn, from where the two runners ran out, another clicker runs and heads to the front door. The nearest noise is actually over here. So another clicker runs up to you, Tom, but does not have the but it would have to use its action to dash, so it cannot attack you. That is the end of that clicker's turn, and it is now. Great. Okay, it's now Roy's turn. Roy is just going to attack with his knife. He
does a spin attack and kills both of them.
He gets a +4 to this. That is a 20, and with a lowered headshot threshold, he sticks the knife right in the clicker's skull, and this clicker is dead. Roy has taken just 1 point of damage, so he's just going to stay right there with that runner. That's the end of Roy's turn. At the end of Roy's turn, we've got Vinny.
I mean, clickers seem pretty sturdy. And
so you know that your boy Tom is in trouble. Tom's got 2 clickers.
Right.
And
see, that's trouble.
Well, one of the clickers looks pretty hurt from good old Nick.
How does the Molotov work?
So the Molotov, they roll an agility check, and if they beat what's the number I said? I think 15. They take half damage, but if not, they take full. But they take damage no matter what.
Is it like easy if I move to like right kind of kitty corner from Ben, which I think I should.
Could you hit all 3 of those?
10, 15, 20, 25.
Right here?
Yeah, like would it be easy enough to get them and not Tom?
100%.
Okay. I will do just that.
I will.
That's so smart. That's
use
so smart.
Distract also to.
Ooh. Okay, so basically what I'll do is I'll give them disadvantage on their saving throws. So the runner gets a +3 to this, but it has a disadvantage. That's a fail.
And I'll just yell, Tom, get back!
Yeah, Tom, you start like scooting back on the roof of the trunk of the car. The clickers actually are less agile. They get a +2 to this. And it's at disadvantage. That's a fail. And then that one's also a fail. So all 3 take full damage.
Nice.
Amazing.
Damage is 1d8 plus agility, it looks like.
Yep.
These dice have been rolling well. Roll this one. Okay, 10. Or no, yes. 6 plus 8. 4, yeah, 10.
Nice. The runner looks really hurt. The clicker right in front of Tom is okay, but definitely hurt. The clicker behind that clicker just bursts into flame and falls down to the ground on its knees. It is dead. And suddenly the battlefield is a lot less daunting. That is the end of Vinny's turn. Oh wait, no, sorry.
I'll take 1 step to the north, so I'm behind Ben.
Okay, perfect.
Incredible turn.
Incredible turn. Fantastic.
Thank you.
So it would be the clicker just went. So I think it's the runner attacking Roy. That's the next one to go. So this is a +4 for this for Roy. That is a 10 that misses. The Roy's just like kind of dodging with the door and everything. That's the end of that. So Nick, you're up.
I don't think I have enough movement to get to. Well, I guess I have just enough movement to get to that clicker, right?
You do, yeah.
Would I get advantage on this because he's next to Tom, or would I need?
Advantage is technically flanking.
Flanking, yeah.
So I'd say no.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll run up and I will. You said it looks hurt, right?
Oh yeah, a good swipe will probably kill it.
Cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna try with my knife.
My knife.
A knife.
Wow.
So
that's the second Borat reference I've heard this week, which is alarming.
I'm gonna log off.
Fuck.
Gotta get bit first.
Okay. That should do it. It's 16 on the die plus my agility, which I think is 3, so 19.
19, that is full damage.
Cool. 6 plus 3. That's 6 total. Fuck it. I'll do another.
How much does that?
Well, that would add 4. So
I would
10.
advise to do it.
Great. I will crack my knuckles and add 4 to making it a 10 total.
Perfect. It had 10 hit points left. So
like a point in the game where it gives you like a hint, like pop up, like you can.
By the way, did you know you can pummel? So you run right up. It's on flames, kind of going after Tom. You just wait, kind of dodge to the left, and then just stab it right into its spinal cord, and it is dead. It falls down to the ground. At the end of your turn, this runner is going to try to run up and attack you. It looks very hurt, but it still is trying to get at you. It's literally still singeing. It gets a +4 to this. That's a 6.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
That is the end of its turn, so it is now Ben's turn. Ben is just going to stay right where he is and take a shot at the runner attacking Roy. He gets a +3 to this. That's an 18. And +1 is 5 points of damage to this runner who hasn't taken any damage yet, but he does shoot it. Kind of gets it like right in the abdomen. Kill shot on a non-infected person, but this one just takes it. And that is the end of Ben's turn, and it is now Maria's turn. Nope, sorry, I do that every time. Tom, your turn.
I was like, Tom.
Tom's feeling pretty assured. And from the top of the car still, it's gonna stab this.
Definitely. I will say you can do that if you wanted to, and like slide down the trunk and get behind the runner. You would have advantage.
Tom doesn't know that.
Okay, cool.
That's Tom style.
Tom fucks it up.
Yeah. So unfortunately, a 10 is not enough. So yeah, you do miss the attack.
He'll hold a distract for when Nick inevitably succeeds.
Love it. Well, at the end of your turn, it's now this runner's turn again at the top, so it is going to attack Roy again. Gets a +4 to this. That is a 15, so that will hit and do 3 points of damage to Roy. He's only taken 4 total this entire time, so he gets hit, but he's doing okay.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
That's the end of that infected's turn, and now it is Maria's turn. So Maria, you have your fingers cut off, the radio in your lap. If you want to just spend your turn reeling from what just happened, I would understand, but it's up to you.
Yeah, I think everybody seems good.
Yeah, I mean literally they do seem to be handling the situation.
So yeah, because I want to like expedite the process. They thought that they were gonna have people meeting them. I'm thinking of Vinny. What? Who said that? Yeah, I would just like keep messing with the radio to see if I can get any sort of like Hoover Dam signal to like see and like let someone know that we're out here.
Go ahead.
That we need help.
Roll a straight up cunning check.
13.
13. You're not able to find anything.
Okay.
But you keep trying. And that's the end of your turn.
Yeah.
This runner is now going to attack. It's looking. Yeah, but it doesn't. I was about to like run away or something, but it doesn't know. So it's just going to attack. Attack Nick last time, so it's going to attack Nick again. Gets a +4 to this. That is an 18, which will hit.
Do we have the disadvantage from?
Oh wait, yeah. Tom said he held a distract. Distract gives advantage.
It gives
though,
you advantage.
Right?
Yeah.
But don't you have an ability to give disadvantage?
No, we changed distract, I think, too.
Okay, gotcha. So no disadvantage. So it will hit. And does 2 points of damage to Nick.
Okay.
So he's doing okay.
Okay.
That is the end of that infected's turn. Roy is just going to attack the runner in front of him with a +4. That is an 8, so that's going to miss. So he's still kind of fighting with that. Vinny, you're up.
In order to conserve Vinny's ammo, he is going to move in front of Maria, like next to Ben.
Of course. Very romantic.
And then just wait until he's going to hold his action until there's, if somebody's like running forward.
Okay, cool. Yeah. That is the end of Vinny's turn. It is now the runner attacking Roy again, +4. That's a 19.
With my handgun.
That's going to hit. Okay, cool. Roy takes 3 more points of damage. He's starting to look somewhat hurt. As he's just kind of getting like pummeled as he's trying to like shut this door on this runner. That is the end of the infected's turn. Now at the top of the turn order, Nick.
I will move to flank, so I get advantage on this anyway.
Boom.
I'll look over my shoulder to Tom. So when you actually put like another, if you like sandwich them, it actually makes them easier to hit.
Wow, I can't believe it. That's just incredible.
I'll make it. I'll take it. Make an attack with my knife. Advantage. Need it because that was a 9. 16.
Sorry, 16 will hit and do full damage.
Ooh.
And it's looking rough, so I mean...
4 plus 3, 7.
Yep, and with that, this infected that you've been dealing with, you slice it, and its throat just opens, and it gurgles as it falls down to the ground. Deceased.
Again.
And again, yeah. Well, obviously I'm not a fan. They don't really die, but anyway.
Obviously I'm not.
Would you like to use any of the rest of your movement or bonus action?
Nah.
All right. So at the end of Nick's turn, this infected is yet again just going to try to get Roy. He gets +4 to this. It's 18. That's going to hit. And he has 1 point of damage. Roy's taking a beating. That is the end of the infected's turn. It is now Ben's turn. Going to shoot his gun. +3. It's a 5. That misses.
Ben!
And it is now
man?
Tom's turn. So Tom, there is an infected that Roy is dealing with at the front entrance. Or, I don't know, maybe Tom just does whatever Tom does.
What does Tom do?
Sophie's totally gone. That was so funny.
I had to lean in close to my computer screen.
We're having fun here. We're all just having fun.
Disappear. Magic. Yeah, I mean, Tom's not going to give up before the fight's done.
Okay.
So he'll move over to help Roy.
Boom.
You're better than me, Tom.
Go ahead and attack.
Nice.
And with that, the headshot threshold is met, and Tom, in a...
With the help of my beautiful assistant here.
In a real show 'em how it's done moment, Tom kills this runner, and silence kind of takes over. But you hear the sounds of nature come back to you. The infected are all on the ground, ceased for the first time. And you have your wits about you. Oh God. Ooh.
Everyone alive?
Maria, are you okay? Did you get bit?
What?
I'm fine. I'm
Rich,
fine. I took care of it.
You notice that Ben, he keeps his hand on his gun as he turns and faces you.
No.
Where?
No. And I hold up my hand. It's like the blood
Whoa.
is soaking through the gauze.
Whoa.
I'm good.
Fucking
Ooh,
badass.
Shit.
It's fine.
Did you in less than 30 seconds just amputate 2 of your own fingers?
Yeah,
It
I'm
was crazy.
very dizzy.
Oh, okay. Well, here, let me. Ben,
And I got it back.
Don't. I say don't to Ben, but as soon as Vinny starts helping me, I let him.
Yeah.
I'll open the passenger door. Sit, Zap, please. I owe you one.
This romance came out of nowhere.
Ben looks over at you, Nick, and he's he's concerned looking after Maria, but then he kind of surveys the scene and he looks over at you, Ben, Nick, and he says, "Do you recognize any of these people?" And you do. You recognize 2 supply runners from Hoover Dam.
Yeah, they were our people.
Looks like they. And he kind of points to basically who it is, and it's yeah, it looks like they weren't turned for long. It's crazy to still see them looking so human.
Zach, would we like carry? I don't know. Like, would we carry like some kind of ID on us, like a Firefly thing? Even, I mean, not that, but
no,
something
but
that would be like.
I would actually say, with the type of community Hoover Dam is, no. But there's a memorial wall at home that is made up of like the driver's license of like people who were like pre, and so it's like those that would still be on.
Cool. I'll take their IDs for that, and then I guess I'll start. If anyone wants to help me, because I suck at searching, do a sweep of the gas station for any supplies, anything, and then them too, anything that they had on.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the truck. We might be able to get some gas from it. I don't know if we have. I'm assuming we usually carry around like some sort of siphon.
Oh, I mean, it's like like all vehicles.
Right,
it's like a necessity.
I'll search the truck and start that process.
Yeah, I will say actually without rolling, I'll say you're able to siphon enough gas to definitely like get you up to like a quarter tank. Like you're definitely getting to the Hoover Dam just fine. You also find enough supplies to craft another med kit. And also I'll say between the runners that are in here, any bullet ammo that you used is replenished.
Hell yeah.
I think I let Roy take those couple extra hits while I conserved ammo.
And while this is happening, and kind of while, how many hit points do you heal Maria from the med kit? Sorry, I don't think I've ever explained this to you. So the way the med kits work is that it's like lay on hands. So there's enough supplies in the med kits to heal someone up to 5 hit points. So you can give her all 5, or you can spread it out. And that's to you, Vinny, because you're technically the one doing it.
Am I healing you, Maria? Yeah, I'll heal you.
Isn't that what you said? You said you're going over there to help her out.
Nope. But I will.
Oh, well, isn't that because Ben was? You said, "Oh no, Ben, I got it."
Oh, I was just opening the car door for her.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I'm going to make the decision that narratively you start like helping her patch up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, how many hit points are you here for? You can give her all 5, or you can.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give her the full 5 if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So, Maria, you heal 5 hit points. There is another med kit that can be crafted, or a Molotov, but you do find an alcohol.
As he's patching me up, I'm like, "Are you sure? Are you sure?
Shut the fuck up."
Hey, man.
Yeah, you saved my life. It's the least that I could do.
As he's doing that, Maria, and like you're holding out your hand, you're like still kind of like messing with the radio, and you hear Gary's voice come onto the radio. Gary Fernbrick, the guard from the SRS. As you get back to the frequency that they were using, and you hear him kind of in the middle of a sentence. Yeah, found him. Fucking. They stole. They. Rachel's gone. So is Todd and Babs. They stole everything. They took the car. They might even have the radio. You should probably change the frequency B. Well, fuck, they have Maria and Ben. I'll get a hold of you at the base. And you hear on the other line Terrence's voice. Thanks for letting me know. Then you hear Gary's voice. If you can hear me, you're fucking dead. And then the radio clicks off.
Was that Gary or Terrence?
That was Gary.
Didn't sound like Terrence.
Ben says,
I look at Ben and I start like, just between the finger loss and the activity and the stress, I just start like hyperventilating.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Hey, listen, we gotta listen.
They find us, they're gonna kill us. They're gonna fucking kill us, Ben.
I know. Hey, we should probably get to your people, right, and warn them about this. Like,
how long have we been on the road? Like,
I mean, it take from Las Vegas to the Hoover Dam is literally a drive of less than an hour. I looked it up in real life, and so since you took it about like a roundabout way, I'll say you have like 30 minutes left.
Okay, so we got like a half an hour head start on where they are
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But they said they were gonna talk to him at the base. So
I mean, they're probably gonna like because I mean they're not dumb enough. You're a full community and you're at a dam, so like they're not gonna just like drive there and start attacking soon.
Still, the faster we get there,
get back ASAP.
Gives us more time to prepare.
Ben looks at you, Maria, like.
If everyone's cool with it, I would like to craft a med kit and not do a Molotov.
Assuming we have Molotovs and stuff at the
Hoover
Dam.
For sure.
Like
and med kits there too.
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So
I'll craft a med kit. So I don't think Tom. No, wait. Tom got hurt, didn't he?
A little.
1 point of damage.
Yeah.
I'm 10 out of 15 right.
I'll take a nap in the car on the way there.
Roy is at 6 out of 15.
Woo.
Yeah, but Roy's.
Well, we never think about Roy.
True. You don't have to. He's definitely not going to ask for it.
Think about Roy.
We should think about Roy a little.
How about this? I'll heal myself for 2. I'll heal Vinny for 2. And then I'll give
Roy 1.
Roy 1.
Amazing. Love it. He's thankful for what he gets.
He'll like play up being hurt a little bit more than he might actually be to get some med kit for sure.
Okay, yeah, I love it. Well, you guys are able to gather up the supplies. And yeah, exactly.
Oh, you're hurt too.
I got shot. I did get shot, actually.
Damn.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. And you gather up in the Subaru. Vinny, a little internally upset about the blood on the passenger seat. I'll let you decide externally how much that shows.
Luckily enough, the Subaru, their interior is built with Subaflex technology to where you can just wipe it off.
Subaflex?
Is that a real thing?
No.
I was like, I would believe it.
Yeah. And as you guys get into the car and start to make your way to the Hoover Dam, we will take a little bio break. So you survived the infected and survived a prison break, and you are closer to home than ever. So we will be right back. Stand up, stretch, but stay tuned because we will be right back. They didn't hear it. And you know what? There's a reason. There's a reason why I say 3, 2, 1, and then I wait a minute before I actually get us live.
So one of the suburbs
now you've just revealed your secret.
It's called Fishers. It used to be called Mudsock.
What?
Welcome to Mudsock, everybody. Can we change Charm Person to Mudsock?
That's
everybody say Mudsock.
I wish I would have got bit and not been able to cut it off.
Okay, so you guys.
Okay, I'm done.
Boy, what happened to me? Where I led my life. I could have been NBA basketball. Okay, so we're. I don't know what's happening to me. You guys are driving. The
Pacers were calling.
I'm 6'5", and that's the only criteria is being tall.
Anyway, we have a dead child in the back of this car.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so that's why Roy's been.
I threw him out. I threw him out miles ago.
No, you did not.
Can I retcon something?
Okay, hey, bring it in.
Yeah.
I'm the game master, and we're in this.
Bring it
in.
Jokes aside, it has been a very harrowing 72 hours for our group. A little bit even longer for Tom. And you have driven away from this gas station. You have resupplied. You do you think that you guys grabbed the bodies of the 2 community members that you knew?
No. At least Vinny wouldn't.
Yeah. It'd be a lot to put in the back of the car. So maybe you can put them to the... Sorry, I didn't hear you, Michael. I think you might...
Oh, you're right. No, I took their IDs.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, I think maybe, maybe like respectfully at least put them to the side or something like that.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a long time. We've dealt with this a lot.
Honestly, that's a very good point. And I do think that there are certain people who definitely have the belief They're gone.
It's not them anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially once people have
Vinny,
turned.
Vinny would definitely make a joke, but like, I never liked Chuck anyways.
Yeah.
I wasn't really a big fan.
All right, so you guys continue to drive, and guess what? Make it to the Hoover Dam. You see.
Game over. Do we get to a save point?
You see a checkpoint has definitely been passed. You see the large stone structure still standing 20 years after this outbreak. You see it in the distance, and a sigh of relief, maybe a little bit of anxiety, reaches you. But you see your home, at least for some of you. And for the rest, you see a potential place to lay down some roots and maybe actually call home yourself. So you pull up to the Hoover Dam, and as always, there is someone standing watch outside the main gate. You recognize this person. What's so funny?
That's just what Sophie put in the chat.
Hey, you guys, listen. As you approach, you recognize this person. This is Steve Greenfield. And Steve is at the front gate, and he sees a car pull up that he doesn't notice, so his rifle is immediately out. And then you approach, and he has his rifle out the entire time, but then he sees you, Vinny.
Yeah, I'll keep my hand out of the window.
Whoa, Vinny?
Yep.
What?
Brought some friends with me.
He looks inside. Nick, oh, it's so good to see you. And then he looks in the back. Oh, who are all these people? Hi, Steve. The name's Steve.
This is a really long story. We need to get inside.
Picked up some stragglers. They're good. They're good people.
Roy in the back just says, "Just let us in, man." And Steve says, "Yeah, I'll get on the radio." He radios for the main gate to be open, and then you also hear him say, "Kevin, down to the main gate, please. Vinny and Nick are back. They brought some. Roy's here. Just main gate, please." And he lets you all in. You drive inside the main area, and immediately the radio chatter has picked up, and the welcome area starts to be flooded by people. Not a ton of people. It would take a little bit for word to get around, and not everybody has a radio, but those who are mainly security and Kevin, as well as you see a couple other people.
Is one of them Drew's mom?
You specifically do not see Drew's mom, but you do see Baker Sully. Older man, long hair and a ponytail. He's the main security and weapons expert at this place. And then approaching from the main gate, you see Kevin Prizer, and he comes up to the Subaru, and he approaches Nick and Vinny as you guys are getting out of the car, and he doesn't hug you or anything. Nick's not, Kevin's not that kind of guy, but he does put a hand on each of your shoulders and says, "It's good to see both of you. It's great." And he kind of looks at the car, and he sees Roy, and he nods to Roy, and then he eyes Maria, Ben, and Tom. Maria, you see this man who has only been mentioned to you by Jack, and has been mentioned as a guy who is not good and not nice. Before he kind of deals with that, he looks at the two of you. He says, "Sarah?"
No.
There's also so two things. One, literally we would not have gotten out of that. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. Point back at Maria, Ben, and Tom.
Okay.
They're literally the reason that we are here.
Maria saved my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we get into that, did you guys happen to see Drew?
That's the other thing. Can we get and I'll go back and open the back of the car up. And his body should still be wrapped in the sheets from the hotel.
He snuck into our car.
He can see by
no idea.
Yeah, he can see by the size of the sheet. God damn it.
We wouldn't have gone if we knew that he was in the car.
We didn't know he was with us until literally.
No, it's what he did, the damn kid.
We wouldn't have gotten out without Drew or Sarah's help. They were goddamn heroes.
Obviously, we have some discussion to do. Take an hour, settle yourself, and then meet me in my office, will you?
Kevin.
Yeah.
Can I go talk to Mary about this?
He looks down at Drew. I think it'd be best coming from you.
Can someone take him someplace? I don't want to. He shouldn't sit here, and I don't want to take him to her.
Of course not. No. We'll handle him respectfully, and then we'll see what she wants us to do with him. All right, I'll see you two in an hour. Yeah. Okay. And as he walks away from the two of you, he walks up to Ben and Maria and Tom. My name's Kevin Prizer. I'm the head of this community here. If what my friends said are true, I'm thankful to have you here. And obviously we need to take some precautions, so I'm going to need you to hand over your weapons. And we need to talk. But first, let's get you taken care of. I'm going to have Gary see the three of you, especially you, and he looks at you, Maria. Looks like you've had some damage, so you guys go see... What?
It's fine. I patched it up, so...
Make sure she's taken.
Yeah, we're going to want Gary to give you guys a once-over, but thank you for being here.
You told Lindsay, you told him, right, that there's people coming?
Yeah, Kevin, you might want to bolster the defenses. We ran into the SRS.
What?
That's what all this was.
Good news is, I shot their leader in the fucking face.
He did.
But there's more of them.
We took out a lot of their leadership, but I mean it's a full community. I don't know how many are.
Okay, yeah. Steve, Code Green, right? Okay, so yeah, we have some conversations that we need to have. I'll meet you in my office in an hour. All right, Gary. And as you see, approaching this group of people is Gary Lawrence. Gary Lawrence is a younger guy, always tall, gangly, glasses, a little bit too big for his face, so is the rest of his clothes. You know him pretty well, Vinny. He is a guy who was an RN and pretty much was the best medical option here until you came along, and you actually, with your vet training have been very useful. And so he sees everybody and he nods to you, Vinny, and says, "It's good to see all of you. Hi." He looks to the newcomers, Tom, Maria, and Ben, and he says, "My name's Gary. Nice to meet you. Let's get you all checked up, right?"
Hey, I'll pull Gary aside like a little bit.
Hey, yeah.
It's like,
Doing good? It's good to see you, man.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Just could you make sure you take care of her? I'll owe you one. I'll point to Maria.
Puts a hand on his shoulder. Yeah, of course. And he takes. Yeah, Nick.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to like. Me
No.
too, Gary. But can I just? Hey.
Hey, good to see you, Nick. I can sense that didn't go so.
I want to.
Sorry.
No, listen. I just want you to know. There's no easy way to say this. We lost Drew on this thing. In the back of the car, he is wrapped up. I don't want you seeing that without knowing. He got bit, and
Wait, did you?
Yeah.
He puts another hand on your shoulder. Sorry.
You want to come by tonight?
Yeah. Of course. And he walks with Maria and Ben and Tom. You're also escorted by 2 guards. They don't ever even have their weapons up, but they are just escorting. Vinny, we know where Nick is headed. But Vinny, what do you do in this hour that you've been given? I can't hear you. Oh no. Is it happening again?
Oh no.
No. Oh no. No, I can't hear you. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
I'm just gonna unplug my headset because it's not working.
Sorry, man.
No, it's fine. I gotta get a new cable. He would just go with Maria, make sure she's taken care of, give himself patched up because he's still,
for sure. Yeah. We'll go with that first. So you guys all enter this. You are taken. You are taken through one of the many hallways of the Hoover Dam, and as you walk inside, with the damp ground and the pipes and the enclosed space, it almost feels as if you're in a submarine. And Tom and Maria, and for Ben as well, this is a very different sight from what you've been used to. And Tom kind of leads you through to a sterile-looking room where one of the guards stays at the door, but the other one starts to head back. And Tom immediately just pretty much gets out a med kit. Not Tom, sorry, Gary. Gary gets out his med kit and he hands over to you first, Tom. And you've had 1 point of damage, right? So he looks at you and he says, "Hi, my name's Gary. Nice to meet you.
Hey, Gary.
I want to thank you for helping out my friends. What's your name?"
It's Tom.
Tom. Nice to meet you. Are you hurt? You don't seem to be, but I don't want
to. I got swung at by one of them, but I can just patch myself up. You got band-aids around here, Doc?
Yeah. No, there's a in the white bucket over there. There's just some odds and ends. You can find something in there, I'm sure. Maybe some ibuprofen. Yeah. He looks over at Ben, and he says, "How you doing?" Ben. He's like, "Oh, I'm real shaken up, Doc. I don't feel super." And Gary's like, "All right, it's okay." And he walks over and he comes back with a small white pill and says, "Here, drink this, take this. Just try to catch your breath." And Ben's like, he just takes a moment, and then he looks over at you, Maria, and he says, "All right, we should take a look at this, right?"
All right, good luck.
And he unwinds the gauze, And then, oh, it's a clean cut, luckily. Wait a minute, and he kind of like, yeah, and you say that, and he kind of like holds it at an angle. Did you do this yourself? He kind of looks over at you, Vinny.
Yeah.
What happened?
I mean, it was probably stupid decision, but there was clickers coming, and the first thing I thought of was just push it away.
You a bit?
He got in front of me, and if it wasn't her, it was gonna be me.
He like looks at the wound very carefully now.
I let him.
Moves it around, yeah. Okay, it looks like you might have. It looks like you might have gotten it in time. You're brave.
She got it. I mean, it was super impressive. She got it like within like 10 seconds, just cut off her fingers.
Oh my god. He like gets like a little woozy. Okay.
I pat him on the shoulder and be like, "It's okay, Doc."
Yeah, he's genuinely. Thank you. And he says, "All right, well, I need to. This is too wide for stitches. So we're just gonna have to keep this, readily wrapped up. So let's clean it." And he walks over. He gets some hydrogen peroxide. He looks at you.
The worst.
Yeah, he looks at you. This is gonna be a bitch.
I'll take Maria's other hand.
Okay.
I'll squeeze the shit out of it.
He pours it, and she does, and it hurts, Vinny. Maria, she's got a strong grip. But he cleans the wound, immediately wraps it up. He gives you a small little white pill, and he says, "Here, you should take this. It'll help." He lets you take it, and then he comes over to you, Vinny. And he just spends his time just getting you and Ben wrapped up and made sure that you're good. And meanwhile, while all this is happening, Nick, you find yourself outside a familiar door, and it's shut, but you know who lies beyond.
I guess this is a question for you first, Zach.
Yeah.
Would I have had time to... No, shit, I said I was walking straight there, didn't I?
I mean, it depends.
I don't think I want to go see her with, like, her kid's blood on my arm.
Oh, of course you have time to go clean up. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So, that was just my thing, and then I'll knock on the door.
Just a second. Door opens up. Nick! It's good to see you. She looks at you. Her smile starts to fade. And she backs up. No. No. She leaves the door open and just like comes into the room.
I go find a chair, sit her down.
Yeah, she lets you. No, she just like starts to cry.
I think I don't say anything for a long time. I just let her process.
After a few minutes, what happened?
You know that SRS group that came a while ago? They look pretty pissed.
Oh yeah.
We're on our drive. They got us.
Oh, Nick, you don't even know the worst of it. Drew's not even here.
He
doesn't even know.
No, stop. Drew snuck into the car. We didn't find him until really late. Not even maybe 5 minutes after we knew he was there, we got attacked.
Where's my son?
I brought him back.
I fucked up. She hits you in the chest. No! 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 No!
He got bit, but I made sure.
She hit you in the chest again. No!
I made sure he was okay. And he wanted me to tell you that he did his best. He is. We couldn't get Sarah, but I brought Drew back.
Oh no! Oh no! She starts like to hyperventilate. How did she die? Just tell me.
The leader of the SRS took her and shot her as she was an example.
Quick? Was it quick?
Yes. If you want to kill me, I know. I get it.
Don't make this about you. So both of them. I've lost both of them. I'm alone. Please leave.
I will head out.
As you head out, you hear a wail from her room. A screeching, sobbing wail. That is the cry of a mother who's lost her children. And as that happens, you all eventually find your way back to the office of Kevin Prizer. Gary leads Tom, Maria, and Ben up there, and Vinny follows, and Nick, you find yourself up there. Kevin welcomes you all in. There's not enough chairs, but you all have a place that you can at least lean against. Guards stay out the front door. Kevin is slumped in his chair, sighing. He looks up and he says, "Okay. Vinny, you and Nick first. And just start from the beginning. And I'm assuming you just go through the whole thing."
Yeah.
Is there anything, because I don't want to make choices for your character, is there anything that you alter or don't tell, or do you just spill the beans?
I mean, I definitely don't not tell the truth ever, but Vinny definitely tries to make himself seem. I mean, he shot Jack in the head.
For sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
He definitely makes him seem like he talks himself up.
You know? Okay, yeah. For sure. He nods his head.
I think I leave out the circumstances of exactly how Drew got bit.
Yes, I would agree. And Vinny definitely goes along with it. Drew died a hero just like Sarah did.
Upon that happening, Ben does like shoot you a glance, Maria. Doesn't say anything, doesn't correct them, but he just like looks at you. And Kevin hears all this. If I'd have known, angering that prick would have caused all this, I would have just given him what he wanted.
he's beyond redemption, as we've seen. It's not, you didn't make him what he was.
If it wasn't going to be us, it was going to be somebody else.
He looks over at Ben and Maria and Tom. He looks at Ben first. So, speak your mind. Why are you here right now? Ben kind of was confused. Why? Well, obviously I thought that Jack was insane, and what he was doing was just like not what I was. It's just not.
Ben was the one that literally started getting people on our side.
He gave me a knife to defend myself.
Yeah,
while I was still in my cell. Knowingly broke the rules.
Ben shakes his head, or nods his head. Kevin nods his. And he looks at you, Maria. Feel the same way as Ben here? Just got too much for you?
Thought that we were doing a job, and then I saw what he was capable of, and he just like shot her. Just out of nowhere, just shot her as an example. She didn't even do anything. And I just couldn't. There's so little humanity left in the world. We should be preserving it. Thought we stood for something.
Alright. I can see how that, anybody with a soul could feel that way, so. He looks over at you, Tom. You were a fellow prisoner. What is your intention here?
I move place to place. This isn't the first time that I've been here, just the first time that I've been inside. After being held up against my will, it's got me thinking I'd like to be someplace that I want to be, someplace that wants me. If you're going to do me like they did, keeping me holed up, trying to prove my goodness, rather than, just trying to prove my humanity, I don't know that I can do that here, but...
Well, we're definitely not like them. We're gonna keep an eye on you.
Of course.
But you have your freedom. All weapons are kept in the armory and signed out by supply runners, so nobody stays armed within the community.
Oh, I should probably handle this then.
He takes it. Yeah.
This guy's fucking amazing.
He pulled that from behind your ear. Isn't that crazy?
I mean, I genuinely didn't see it on his person, and gravity of the situation aside, that was pretty good.
I think there's a non-zero chance that he summoned binoculars out of nowhere while we were in the car.
Wow.
I did not see them, and then they were just there. I can't explain it.
Maybe it'll be good for the kids. Entertain them.
Oh, they're gonna love him.
I think we could use a little bit of levity. And then he looks over to Ben and Maria and he says, do the two of you think you can agree to that? A watchful eye? Trial period? Ben looks at you, Maria, and is like starting to nod.
Yeah. Whatever it takes.
Okay. Wow, that's pretty.
Tom.
That's pretty cool, Tom. Did you?
Look, I can do that too.
Is that like a the room gets a nice little chuckle from that. And Kevin says, "All right, well, dinner will be served in a couple hours.
What's for dinner?
Tonight, now that you guys are here, probably pork chops.
Pork chops.
That's
not
not
real pork chops.
No real.
That's not long pig, right?
Oh no, that's real
No.
pig.
It's not Tanya.
Vinny here is
Help raise the pig myself.
yeah,
It's a good
Vinny's one
pig.
of our animal experts.
You're a farmer?
I dabble. And more less crops, more livestock.
Okay. Jesus. Okay.
And he says, you're going to be not followed or anything, but you won't have access to every area of the main community yet. But your time is yours. I ask that you do join us for dinner so that we can publicly kind of inform everybody of what happened. In the meantime, I'm going to need to do some thinking.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to be in charge over there after everything happened. But if it's Terrence, he's not Jack, and he's not so bad.
Ben nods his head. All right, I'll keep that in mind. Your word means enough. Ben and Maria, if the two of you could stay in here for just a moment, the rest of you have your time. And everybody leaves except for Ben and Maria. And after everybody's gone, Kevin kind of leans back. I trust Vinny and Nick with my life. But just because I value their opinion doesn't mean they're going to be right all the time. Two of you worked for a man who committed atrocities, and you saw something wrong with it. And to that, I applaud you. And he leans forward, and his demeanor changes slightly. But for a man like that to exist, for you to work under him, and to not know that that's what he was like, I find it hard to believe. So whether you were making yourself blind to it so that you could swallow your pride and sleep at night, or whether you just conveniently got a change of heart, that's yet to be decided. I may not be Jack Teller, but I am not a welcome mat. One strike is all it takes. You don't get three. And he pulls out a gun and puts it on the desk. I will protect my own. Understood? Ben looks at you, Maria, and then looks at Kevin and nods. Kevin looks at you.
I'll nod.
Puts the gun under the desk, smiles, says, enjoy your evening. And he gestures for the door. Two of you get up, walk out.
He's
Ben...
intense.
Yeah. Ben is like, Vinny, were you waiting outside? Yeah.
God, is he always like that?
Yeah, wow, that was...
To newcomers, but I mean, compared to Jack, he's a cakewalk.
And he keeps a gun in his desk. He says nobody's armed here, but he keeps a gun in his desk.
I mean, I guess he's the leader.
I mean, he's the leader. He's a good guy. I mean, in all things considered, and this world, he's a good guy.
Okay. Okay.
And as we find ourselves out of this moment, Tom, what do you think you do in your time before dinner? Do you hang out with these people? Do you try to go to a common area, meet people? What do you think Tom would be doing in this moment?
I think if Vinny and Nick are not like seeking privacy, still kind of hanging around them until we can like I don't know, let go of this shared situation and reintegrate.
Yeah.
So
Vinny, Nick. I guess we'll start with Vinny.
I mean, Vinny would try to not have like alone time with Maria, but just like maybe give Maria a tour of the place. Just Maria,
of course.
Just like show her around. Damn.
Yeah. So I think Ben would then stay with Tom while that was happening. Maybe you guys go to like kind of a common area, and then while you're taking on the tour, like Ben stays back chatting with Tom. Nick, do you stay with Ben and Tom? Do you go off do something else?
I go by myself to the gym.
Okay.
Which is the gym that I operate, and then
Yes.
I also live like kind of to the back, and then like above, like a loft style. That's where I also sleep. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go there and decompress for a bit.
As you were there, in maybe just like laying in the back room, laying on your bed and up in the loft, thinking about everything, you hear the door open and footsteps walk in. Are you in here? You hear the voice of Mary Myers.
Oh. Sit up. Check my mirror really quick and make sure my shirt is like straight and looks nice, and then I'll go out.
Thought you'd be in here. She walks up to you and she looks you right in the face. She stares at you. It's hard to read her. She leans forward and she gives you a big hug. And then she pulls away. She says, I'm glad you were there. Sarah thought a lot of your friendship. And Drew really looked up to you. And if they couldn't be there for each other, I'm glad that they had you. And I'm sorry. And I hope that you can forgive me. I've not been very nice to you, Nick. And that is because of trauma of my own. That's not an excuse. Because you've never done anything to harm me or those that I love. On the contrary. And so I hope, moving forward, that you can help remind me that maybe I'm not completely on my own.
You don't have to apologize for anything. Your kids were my heroes. And this is... We can't make this right. There's no writing this. Like, the only thing that I think I can do is try and honor them. Fuck, I'm not a talking kind of guy. I'm not good at it.
It's okay. You don't need to be. She hugs you again. Oh.
I just want to... shit. Drew and Sarah, closest thing that I've had to family. And I don't have siblings. And I never knew really about my parents or, you know, any other members of my fucked up family, but it was nice being with them for so long. And I loved it.
She reaches out and she grabs your hand. And she squeezes it. Sometimes the family you choose is more important than anything else.
Yeah, sometimes.
And she nods and walks away. Vinny and Maria, you are giving your tour. Is there any kind of conversation that you would have in this time?
I think I would just be so full of questions and curiosity about, like, I would imagine I've spent my life either like hopping from settlement to settlement or being like above ground generally. So
for sure, yeah. Definitely above ground, yeah.
Like, people live down here? How many people can fit in this place? This is...
Oh, I mean, how many are in our community? Like
100, less than 150.
Yeah, so there's like 130 of us. There's one place that I want to show you that I think you're gonna freak out. I would take her to like where there's like water. I'm assuming there's just like a big flow of like water somewhere. Just like
for sure.
The community was struggling, so I would take her to like...
You take her to the outside area of the Hoover Dam where there is livestock pens and the river that provides the water for the river dam, or the lake, I should say. And it is a beautiful sight to see. And it is like the backside of the dam, and you see everything. You see like a small little trail that leads down from like a cliffside nearby. You see, like I said, the livestock pens, and you see some crops. You see a couple guards and on the perimeter, but mainly you see this big blue pool of water that is just it's such a sight. Yeah,
I like tear up a little bit just at the sight of that much water, knowing like that we were struggling and probably having some insight as to like Kevin and Jack's doings of like,
for sure, yeah.
He was going there to like trade water.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll like look over at the like livestock pens, and I'll look at Vinny and I'll say, "Those your friends?"
Yeah, I've raised most of them from, youngins to what they are now. I'm sure I've raised the pig that we're gonna eat tonight.
That's kind of freaky.
I try not to think about it, but I mean,
you're gonna think about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask which one it was and have a moment before I.
You're gonna ask which one it was?
I want to know. I don't know. It's I'd rather know than not know.
Man. That's dark.
The world is dark, but I think you might be bringing some light into mine.
Oh my god. Shut up.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I'll like laugh a little bit and then I'll get kind of serious and look at him directly and say, are we safe here? Do you feel safe here?
You're safe with me. And I'll lean in for a smooch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes! I love it. And the two of you have a very nice, serene moment. This nice little breeze. And for the sake of brevity, drink.
Drink.
Dinner is had. You all are introduced to the community. Story is told. At the end of dinner, Tom is approached by a slew of younger individuals, as well as a couple of older ladies who seem to be a little swooned.
Take him to the pig pen.
By Tom, and I'm assuming Tom immediately falls into his element.
Yep.
And starts making friends and making himself, in his own way, an important part of this community. And Vinny, I'm assuming you, after dinner, maybe try to find some time with Maria.
Absolutely.
But Ben does tear her away from you at one point to talk to her. And Nick, you find yourself with another visitor at the end of the day. This time it is not Mary Myers. It is Gary. As he just kind of brings you comfort and listens to you and hears the story of what happened. And we cut to Ben and Maria talking. And Ben's kind of like pulled you outside. You show him like the outside area basically. And he's like amazed by what he sees.
Right?
And then he says, "Hey, do you think we're okay here? Kevin really freaked me out. It's like he was, I don't know, it's almost like he had a front just like Jack did. You know?"
I mean, look around, Ben. Like, there's no prison. They're not pinning us in. There's not. I mean, Tom's doing magic in the cafeteria, for God's sakes. Like,
right.
and Vinny said, like, he looked me in my eyes and he said, like, we're fine. I think leaders have to have a front, but it's their actions that count, right? I think you gotta relax.
He looks at you and he says, "Can I give you a hug?"
Everybody wants to freaking hug me today. Okay.
he acts weird to that, and then he gives you a hug. And then he says, "Okay.
Are you okay?"
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go crash. I'll see you in there, okay?
Okay.
And he walks inside. And Maria, you find yourself alone out here at the lake. You take in a deep breath. And you reach into your jacket. And you pull out the radio. And you switch it to frequency B. And what do you say?
Alpha T, this is Lady M. About 130 strong in the establishment. There is a trail on the southbound end leading to an outdoor area. Easy access. Few guards. Do not approach the front. Do not approach the sides. Take that hidden trail.
You hear a voice, familiar voice. Lady M, this is Alpha T, read loud and clear. Glad you made it safe. Jack wrote everything down. Your conversation, the plan, everything. I'll inform the others. Are you okay until we get there?
I have one request.
Yeah.
Please harm as few civilians as you can.
The radio clicks off. And that is where we will end the finale of season 5 of The Remains. A little bit of a shorter finale, but wanted to end on that little bit of a cliffhanger, and I also wanted to give you a little bit of a reveal for the season 6 arc. So, we pan up from the dam. Bright blue sky offers a peaceful serenity to the contrast from the chaotic world below. And then we start to fly by clouds and flocks of birds traveling for their next meal or their next home. As we slow, we start to pan back down. We see a similar cracked and sandy ground below. The heat from the sun causes the air on the horizon to dance with the breeze. We hear the rustling of movement and applauding of various footsteps. We see figures unknown to us. Yet. They are checking supplies and packing up a vehicle. They look to one another with a glance of resolve. A pair of leather boots enters our vision. As we follow our vision up, we see a figure dressed in a light green jacket, an orange undershirt underneath. The man swipes the sweat from his brow with a stressful sigh. He brings up a radio to his face, and he hesitates. A flash of guilt or sadness, maybe both, flash over his face. He looks towards the ground. After a moment, his eyes look up, and a stoic look of determination replaces his hesitation. He clicks the talk button. This is Terrence. If you can hear me, we're coming for you. For the Season 6 cast, we'll be playing members of the SRS community after the attacks of the Hoover Dam community, and we will get to see their side of things. So that is what's going to occur in Season 6. But before that happens, we are going to have a talk back next week about Season 5, digest everything that's happened, maybe talk about where we see these characters in the future, if they have a future. But thank you for joining us. This was a fun season. Did a little bit something new with the prison break, but a lot of intrigue, and I had a blast. So thank you for watching. The talkback next week will be on Thursday. Stay tuned for the time specifically. Check at Charm Persons on social media, but it will be Thursday. And then tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central is session 0 of our long-standing Monster Hearts campaign. Very excited to get that started. So that is tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central. This coming Sunday, we are taking it off. Enjoy the day, spend it with family. And then, like I said, stay tuned at Charm Personal social media for more info. But for now, that ends our story. Thank you to my players, the best players a GM can ask for. I say it every time, and I mean it every time. And as always, everybody say bye.